And if anybody wants to email me at the atheistagenda@yf.com, I will give you all sources. I can give you a list of everywhere I found all this stuff. I didn't make it up. You can go look for yourself. I'll give you a list of sources. So, a history of New Year's. Now, in 46 BCE, the Roman Emperor Julius Caesar first established January 1st as New Year's Day. Janus was the Roman god of doors and gates and had two faces, one looking forward, one looking back. Caesar felt that the month named after this god, January, Janus, January, would be the appropriate door to the year. Looking forward, looking back. New year. Look back at the old, look forward to fucking new, I guess. Caesar celebrated the first January 1st New Year by ordering the violent routing of revolutionary Jewish forces in the Galilee. Eyewitnesses say blood flowed in the streets. In later years, Roman pagans observed the New Year by engaging in drunken orgies, a ritual they believe constituted by personal reenacting of the chaotic world that existed before the cosmos was, I guess, fucking ordered by the gods or whatever. As Christianity spread, pagan holidays were either incorporated into the Christian calendar or abandoned altogether. By the early medieval period, most of the Christian Europe regarded Annunciation Day, March 25th, as the beginning of the year. Now, according to Catholic tradition, Annunciation Day commemorates the angel Gabriel's announcement to Mary that she would be impregnated by God, raped by God, whatever, and conceive a son to be called Jesus. Now, after William the Conqueror, now this is a.k.a. William the Bastard, William of Normandy, William the Motherfucker, became King of England on December 25th, 1066, he decreed that the English returned to the date established by the Roman pagans, January 1st. This move ensured that the commemoration of Jesus' birthday, December 25th, would align with William's coronation and the commemoration of Jesus' circumcision, January 1st. That would start the new year, thus rooting the English and Christian calendars as his own coronation. William's innovation was eventually rejected, and England rejoined the rest of the Christian world and returned to celebrating New Year's Day on March 25th. Now, round about 500 years later, in 1582, Pope Gregory the 13th, a.k.a. Ugo Bonkomagi, I can't even pronounce that name. Anyway, he lived from 1502 to 1585. Abandoned the traditional Julian calendar. By the Julian reckoning, the solar year comprised 365.25 days. Now, you guys pay attention to this. I'm going to throw numbers out at you. The Julian calendar, the solar year comprised 365.25 days, and the leap day every 4 years was intended to maintain correspondence between the calendar and the seasons. Really, however, there was a slight inaccuracy in the Julian measurement. The solar year is actually 365 days, 5 hours, 48 minutes, and 46 seconds. And that equals 365.244 days. This slight inaccuracy caused the Julian calendar to slip behind the seasons about 1 day per century. Although this regression had amounted to 14 days by Pope Gregory's time, he based his reform on restoration of the vernal equinox, then falling on March 11th. To the date had 1,257 years earlier, when Council of Nicaea was convened March 21st, 325 CE. Now, Pope Gregory made the correction by advancing the calendar 10 days. The change was made the day after October 4th, 1582, And that following day was established as October 15th, 1584. He just fucking changed dates. That's some fucking power right there, buddy. Listen, I know it's October 4th, 1582 by your calendar, but as far as I'm concerned, we're changed it. It's now October 5th, 1582. Now, the Gregorian calendar differs from the Julian in three ways. Okay. Number one, no century year is a leap year unless it's exactly divisible by 400. Now that means example, I'll give you an example, 1600, 2000, etc. by 400. Number two, years divisible by 4,000 are common, not leap years. And three, once again, the new year would begin with the date set by the early pagans, the first day of the month of Janus, January 1st. On New Year's Day, 1577, Pope Gregory XIII decreed that all Roman Jews, under pain of death, because we fucking hate Jews, must listen attentively to the compulsory Catholic conversion sermon given in Roman synagogues after Friday night services. On New Year's Day, 1578, Gregory signed into law a tax forcing Jews to pay for the support of a house of conversion to convert Jews to Christianity. On New Year's 1581, Gregory ordered his troops to confiscate all sacred literature from the Roman Jewish community. Thousands of Jews were murdered in the campaign. Poor Jews. God, I think they're just as wrong as fucking Christians, but Jesus. Man, these poor dudes. Oh, God. It's like throughout history. Throughout the medieval and post-medieval periods, January 1st, supposedly the day on which Jesus' circumcision initiated the reign of Christianity and the death of Judaism, was reserved for anti-Jewish activities, synagogue and book burnings and public tortures and just fucking simple murder. The Israeli term for New Year's night celebrations, Sylvester, was the name of the saint and Roman pope who reigned during the Council of Nicaea, 325 CE. The year before the Council of Nicaea convened, Sylvester convinced Constantine to prohibit Jews from living in Jerusalem. At the Council of Nicaea, Sylvester arranged for the passage of a host of viciously anti-Semitic legislation. All Catholic saints are awarded a day on which Christmas celebrate and pay tribute to that saint's memory. December 31st is Saint Sylvester's Day. Hence, celebrations on the night of December 31st are dedicated to Sylvester's memory. Wow. Interesting. Well, what do you think? What do you think about Christmas and New Year's? I personally kind of fucking like Christmas. I mean, if we can go back and if we could just call it Saturnella Day, minus the murder, fuck, I'm all for that. Let's drink, have sex, get naked, and sing in the streets. That's a party right there. I'd love that shit. So, what happens? Christians, do not be so tempted to rush upon and say, put the Christ back into Christmas, because Christ was never in Christmas. And whenever you go to church on that Christmas day, oh wait, I'm trying to get my voice really cool right now. Hold on a second. When you go on that Christmas day to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ, know that you are celebrating murder, rape, partying, drinking, and singing naked in the streets. Was that cool enough? Did I sound really cool there? I'm trying to get a bit of a sultry voice, if you will. Thank you very much for joining me on this December 6, 2013 We had 2 shows back-to-back. Make sure to check out the other one. We have not got our website up yet. I'm working tirelessly on it, and I'm the only one doing all this shit. So we will have that up as soon as possible. If you have any questions, if you want to send me an email, and I get tons of them a day, and I promise I will get back to reading emails on the air. People seem to love that shit for some reason. Please write me at atheistagenda@live.com. And I will get to you. I read and respond to each and every one of them. Maybe not immediately, but I do get around to them, and they're growing, and it's getting harder, and I need a fucking secretary. Jesus Christ. Anyway. Thank you so much for joining, and we will see you next time where I don't even know what the fuck I'll be talking about. Probably something, I don't know, anti-God, I would imagine. Hence, the Atheist Agenda.
What you're about to hear is part of the Podgods Network. If you have a problem with anything you hear, please write it in an email and go fuck yourself. Enjoy the show!